Hi YouTube, it's your girl Maya. I'm back with another ChatGPT video. Today we're going to talk about 10 hacks that you wish you knew sooner. Some of them I've already spoken about, but I'm going to give them to you straight. 10 ways you can optimize ChatGPT. So let's get started. The first one is starting with your prompts, with your questions. Let's make them a little bit more specific. For example, if you were writing a blog post about ants. I love the story of the ants. So you could say, please, you don't have to say please, write a story about ants. So you can see how that is very broad. It's not very specific. What about the ants? Are we talking about the biology of the ant? Are we talking about their lifespan? Are we talking about their tenacity, their persistence? So it's very vague. Also, the number of words, we didn't specify that. So let's change that. Instead of write a story about ants, let me show you a more specific version. So we'll do write, I'll say 250 words, or let's do 300. Not work, word. How ants works during the summer to prepare for winter. We're going to find your story about how ants work during the summer to prepare for winter. And contrast. Maybe I'm thinking that should be a 500 word. And what a person can learn about their work ethics. So Jim Rohn talked about the ants and how they are during summer, they're thinking about winter because they're working all summer to get to winter, and when they're in winter, they're thinking about summer. So this is it. So let's put that in and see what we get. So I put write a 300-word story about how ants work during the summer to prepare for the winter and what a person can learn about their work ethics. Do you see the difference between just please write a story about ants versus the specific, how they're working during the summer to prepare for the winter, and what can we learn about their work ethics? So I didn't read what chat wrote for the plain one. Busting ant hill. Let me highlight this a little bit so you guys can see it better. Oh, I think my little mouse got stuck here. All right, here we go. Busting ant hill. At the base of an old oak tree lived a small ant named Theo. Now we're talking about Theo. Unlike the other ants who were perfectly content, gathering food, digging tunnels, and following the queen's command, Theo was different. He spent his days working, but his mind often wandered to far-off places. Sounds like the movie Ants. Towering flowers, glittering rivers, and sweet fruits that no ant had never dared to find. Okay, sounds really like the movie Ants. All right, so I had clicked on here. As you can see, this is now in my box. I'm gonna X this out, and let's be more specific about what we want to know about ants for our blog posts. Wow, so ants' summer mission all summer long. The meadow buzzed with life. Bees zip between wildflowers, grasshoppers. Oop. Trying to highlight it for you guys. Let's see. Here you go. Wildflowers, grasshopper leap through the tall grass trees. Deep beneath the soil, the ants were hard at work. The colony, led by an elder ant named Mira, we even got names, knew that summer was not a time for resting. It was their season to gather food, straighten tunnels, and prepare for the cold months. I don't want to read this whole thing to you guys. Each ant had a job. Some harvested seeds and tiny crumbs. Others built new chambers, blah, 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 blah. And I wanted it to contrast like what we could learn. So let me go to the last paragraph. And just like the ants, Sam learned that preparation wasn't about fear. It was about freedom, because when winter finally arrived, both the colony and the boy were ready, warm and thankful. So from here, I was not too crazy about the first paragraph. So you can change it, and I'm going to type it here. Please change the first paragraph to something more modern. All right, so while most creatures enjoy the warm summer days, picnicking, playing, and soaking up the sun, the ants had no time to waste. I like that. Straight to the point. So if there's any part that you don't like, you can just type it in. What you're thinking, I'm thinking I don't like the names, but we're going to move on to the next thing we have, so I don't want to take too much time on this. So here is your post, and I think I asked it for 300 words. Let me scroll back up. Yeah, 300 words, or if you want it to be 500 words or whatever amount of words you want, you can specify that on there. You should read the whole thing. If there's any parts that you don't like, ask it to revise that part and send you a new one. So the first thing is be specific. The more, I'm not sure if I'm saying it right, the more specific you are, the more it'll tailor the writing to whatever you want it to be. Also, if there is a different tone, playful, fascinating, mystery, whatever tone that you want it to have, modern, contemporary, classical, maybe even I want it to sound like the 80s, you know. You put that in there. Be as specific as you can. So be specific also led me into the second hack, which is your personal editor. So you saw how it was specific, and then I asked it to, so number 2, you can use it to edit. I did that with the paragraph, with the first paragraph that it provided to me. If you have something written already, you can use this plus sign down here to upload it, or you could copy and paste it, and you could ask it to edit it for you. And when you ask ChatGPT to edit for you, I did a video about edit a paragraph. It's the same thing if you have a story or a paper or a report. I just did the paragraph because it was easy to see and make changes and do different tone. If you haven't seen that video, check it out, because we even went into a poetic one, which was so cool. I love the poetic version that is set. So editing what it created for you, or it can edit something that you created on your own. So number 3 is, we don't have to stick with this one version that ChatGPT gave us. As a matter of fact, you can ask it to provide me with however many numbers you want to see. I usually stick to between 3 and 4, especially, you know, this is a 300 word essay. So try to compare like 300 words. If you have, if you're asking it for multiple versions, maybe a little bit difficult for me on the screen. I don't have to type them up. but I like to ask it when it's a phrase to give me 3 versions of this phrase. So let's say I didn't like the ending, and just like the ant, Sam learned that preparation. So I'm going to ask it to give me 3 different endings of the last paragraph. Provide 3 different versions of the last paragraph. One, you know what? I'm going to let it do it. I'm not going to be specific about how the tones are, which it could be. So I'm just going to let it provide me with the 3 different paragraphs. And then I'm going to specify different tones. So let's hit enter. So version 1, we have an inspirational tone. And like the ant, Sam learned that preparation builds confidence instead of rushing. A reflective tone. Winter came quickly, covering the world in frost and silence. Practical, motivational tone. By the time the first snow fell, Sam realized how much smoother life could be. I didn't go through and read the whole story, you guys. The ants had caught him. So it automatically picked these 3 different tones. So now I'm going to ask it like 3 tones that I had in mind. Please, let's say provide 3 versions of the last paragraph with the following tones: modern, classical, faith-based. Faith-based. Okay. So you can specify the tone as I just did. So my modern tone is going like this. When winter finally hit, Sam wasn't stressed out like he used to be. He was ready. Classical tone. Thus, when the chill of winter descended upon the land, both the diligent ant and the thoughtful boy found themselves in the faith-based tone. As winter covered the earth in white, Sam sat by the window feeling a deep sense of peace. He realized, like the ants had been faithful, I like the faith-based tone. So I'm going to ask it, please use, oops, what am I doing? Okay. Use the faith-based tone for the last paragraph. Of course, and here we have our big old story, our story. And you can see I changed the paragraph, the last paragraph from whatever it had to, I selected to go with the faith-based tone. So you can switch and swap the paragraphs. You can get them to the tone that you want, just as I've demonstrated with the last paragraph. Over here, when I asked it to change the last paragraph the first time, I just allowed it to see what it was going to come up with, right? And it came up with the inspirational tone, reflective tone, practical, motivational tone. And then over here, I specified the tones that I wanted it to have. So you can do that as well. So that's right here. And I went with the faith-based tone. So that's the multiple version. Next is brainstorming. Let's say you can't decide what you're going to write about. Like, are we going to talk about the ants? Maybe I want the story of Job. I don't know. Maybe I want to talk about shoes. So you can ask ChatGPT. Let's say you have a blog about shoes, or your blog is about flowers. Again, remember the first thing that I spoke about is to be specific. So the more specific you are, the more your topics are going to be. If you're as vague, so the topics, you know, the responses may be a little vague. But if you're not sure what you want, you could start vague and then you can refine it, right? We can edit and ask it for multiple versions. So I want to talk about flowers, not flowers, but plants. So we're going to do a brainstorming. So I'm going to ask it to give me 10 blog post ideas about plants. And what type of plants? I want tropical plants, about tropical plants. Ten blog post ideas about tropical plants. Okay. So I know I want to write about tropical plants, but I'm not sure exactly where I want to go. There you go. ChatGPT can help you brainstorm. It's like having a room full of people and you guys are brainstorming, but it's just one. And I didn't mention this, you guys, but I am using the Plus. I'm not on the free today. If you're interested, you haven't seen, I did a comparison free versus paid. If you have not seen that video, check it out. It is so cool. I love the contrast between the Plus and the free. You know, I think there was a point in that video, I was like, I really like what it said or the way it had it in the free one, and I like some parts in the Plus, which is the paid $20 a month one. So so here are the ideas. You know, you got 10 ideas here about tropical plants, which is what I wrote about. 10 ideas about tropical plants. And here we see 10 easy to grow tropical plants for beginners. How to create a lush tropical garden in any climate. I'm not going to read all of them, but let's go down to the bottom. Common mistake people made with tropical plants. How to avoid them. Ooh, that sounds really good. Let's say you want to see about number 9. So number 9, common mistake, please. You say provide details about number 9. And number 9 was the common mistakes. Here's your introduction, main body, watering, light needs, humidity, wrong soil type, skipping, fertilization. So let's say you want it to go with this, and I will ask it then to create a blog post, create a, do 500 word blog post about this. Just a click. How long did that take me? Common mistakes people make with tropical plants and how to avoid them. Bam. Watering, insufficient light, everything right here. 500 words. All right. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, as they say. So here you got your blog post. You selected a topic and you got your writing. Of course, always go back and read. Make sure it sounds good, and if there's any part that you don't like, you can do what I just showed you. Go back and do the edit. So the next thing you could do, so it had provided us with 10. Let me go back here. With 10 blog post ideas on tropical plants. Let's say this whole month you want to talk about tropical plants or whatever the topic is. You could ask it to create a plan for you. So you could have your content calendar for your posts, for your videos, or whatever it is that you're working on already laid out based on the blog post. Based on the 10 blog posts, please create a content calendar. Based on 10 blog posts, I put pass. I always go back and read my stuff because I was like typing so fast, bound to make an error. Based on the 10 blog posts, please create a content calendar. Blog post ideas. Please create a content calendar. And you hit enter. Oh my God, look at that. Week 1, 10 easy to grow tropical plants. Include cure tips. Week 2, week 3, week 4. What did I say? 1 month. Why are we going to week 8 to week 10? What did I type in? Oh, based on the 10 blog post ideas, please create a content calendar. Okay. I didn't really specify how long I wanted it. I think I was saying 1 month, but I didn't type 1 month. But that's fine. It gave you a calendar for 10 weeks. So depending on how often you do your posts, if you do your posts 2 to 3 times a week, then you ask it, give me a calendar for 1 month with 2 to 3 posts. If it's 1 post, 2 posts, 5 posts, whatever it is, you just type it in and it will provide it for you. How do you guys like this so far? Are you guys enjoying this? If you're enjoying this, like this video and make sure you click the subscribe button, all right? So you can get some more tips. The next thing you can do is the next hack, which is hack number 6, is ChatGPT can be your personal tutor. So let's say you want to learn about, okay, since we're talking about blog posts, let's learn how to write a blog post, right? Okay, so I'm going to come here. Oh, I did deep search. I didn't mean to click on that. Let's see. How do I start? How do I start a blog post? You're not sure, you're new to this space, like, you can just ask, right? You can just ask without feeling embarrassed that you didn't know. If you're not sure, sometimes we get kind of worried because we feel like everybody around us know. And truth be told, everybody don't know everything. So, but this will give you a great, a great way to get some introduction. Hook the readers, surprising, get their attention right away. You could start with a surprising fact, question, story. Example, tropical plants aren't just rainforest. So it tells you how you can start it. And then it gives you an example. Wow, that is just masterful. Not just talking about it, but showing you. The next thing, you introduce your topic clearly. And there's an example of that. Promise the benefit. What's it going to be? By the end, you'll know what tropical plants are beginner friendly and how to keep them thriving all year long. Quick example of a full intro. It's got pro tips. If you want to keep the intro, how many words it should be. There you go, if you're not sure how to write. But that was quite easy. Trying to think, I want to ask it something else that it wants to teach me. Let's see, how to post a blog. Okay, so let's say now you're finding out, you just found out, okay, I know how to get the writing part, but how do I go about posting my blog post? So let's ask it, how do I post a blog post? How do I post a blog post? So many posts. Post this, post that. Whoa, okay. All right. I see you, ChatGPT. First, you choose a platform. And there's a list of platforms there. And it tells you which one is easy, more popular, drag and drop. They got Blogger that is owned by Google. Medium, if you want to write without building a full website. So you could pick any one of these. So you choose, see, steps. I love steps because I'm a little analytical and anal. So number 1, you choose your platform. If you already have a platform, great. If not, we'll help you pick one. And it's giving you some tips about each one. Number 2, create your new blog post. Well, you just got a tip on how to write a new blog post. And if you're not sure how to write it, ChatGPT will help you. And then you add a title, write or paste. Write or paste your blog post into whichever platform you selected. Format and preview. Add CEO details. It's optional, but it's smart to do it. and then you publish it, and then you share it. Quick example. Wow. I love this, you guys. This is just, so it's giving you an example, step by step. It's doing it for WordPress. I'm pretty sure if you had, let me see another one. I went too far back up. Back to the list of, if you had, there's WordPress.com, there's .org, there's Wix, there's Blogger. So let's say you decided to go with Blogger, you can ask it to provide you with the quick example to do the post for Blogger as well. So you log in, it's all here. So if you're telling me you don't know how to do a blog post, ChatGPT will help you with step by step. Let me grab some water, you guys. All right, I do everything live. Well, this is live, no editing. So whatever's going on, that's what you guys get. All right, so that's, and you can use it to learn just about anything that you can think of. I like to always go back and check and ask it for references sometimes of where it's getting the information. So let's move on. That was number 6. It can teach you how to learn something. And the next thing, sometimes when I'm taking a class and I'm studying for a test, I was like, man, I wish I had somebody just to test me and ask me some questions so I can answer instead of me doing it myself. Well, if you share that sentiment, I have news for you. ChatGPT can help you. And we're going to use something really quick like the timetables. So I'm going to ask it to please test me. Please test me on multiplication time. Oops, I'm pressing some extra stuff. Multiplication, I think timetables 5, I think. That's how to go. Please test me on multiplication times. I think it's timetables. So timetables 5. Look at that. So number 1, what is 5 times 2? 5 times 2 is 10. Oh, look at that. What is 5 times 7? 35. This is so cool, you guys. What is 5 times 9? 45. And this is really simple. I love math. 25. Woo! 5 times 12. That's a big one, but I think that's 60. 3 is 15. So if you have, like, this is so great because, if you're looking for somebody to test you, I just did the timetables, but this could be anything. This could be like, I don't know how to combine colors. Like matte comes to me like really quick, but whatever it is, you can put it on here and ask chat. Hey, chat, help me study for this exam. Or you can even load it up with the questions and ask me these questions. All right, so here you've got your personal tutor, person who's going to test you. ChatGPT can help you with that. So that's number 7. Number 8. It can write a script for you. We saw that it wrote a blog post for you. It could also write a script, a mini script. I'm not going to demonstrate that because we've done a few writing demonstrations already. So you guys, I've already showed that. So you guys should have that down pat. So we're going to go with number 9. Number 9 is make it CEO friendly. To optimize your blog post. So let's go back to the ant story. Let's ask it to make it SEO to give us some SEO optimization words. So let's say, please provide 5 SEO optimize blog post titles for the ant story. So every conversation that you have had with ChatGPT, as long as you are signed in, it has a history of it, so you can reference back to it. So here we go. It provided the 5 SEO optimization blog post titles for the ant story. And if we wanted keywords instead, we could also ask it to provide, excuse me, to provide 10 SEO optimize, I think I'm spelling something, optimize, yeah. Optimize keywords for it. Provide 10 SEO optimized keywords for it. And here are your keywords taken from the ant story. And the last one is you can customize ChatGPT. You can give it a particular tone of how it should talk back to you, how it should greet you, and you do that by going on the top right hand side here. If you have the Plus account, click where it says your name, and then you go to settings, and then click on personalization, and then you see customization. It is on, so when you click customization, it brings you a pop-up, and the first thing it says, what should ChatGPT call you? You put whatever name you want. I already have my aunt. What do you do if you want to put that on here? What traits should ChatGPT have? I don't have any on mine. Like, I haven't decided yet. But there are some traits down here. Chatty. And I'm going to take all this off because I don't want it. Traditional, poetic, encouraging. So whatever it is that you want it to have, I don't have anything because I haven't decided yet. So it's just like plain for me. So it's all good. But if you want it to have a more straightforward, a Gen G, a skeptical, forward thinking, there's a whole list. Opinionated, respectful. You just click on it, or you can write your own thing down here. And then if there's anything else, oops, let me scroll down for you guys. Anything else about you want ChatGPT to know about you, you can put that there. And then you click the save button. I haven't made any changes, so that's why save is not active. And there's advanced here capabilities that it has. So I'm not going to mess with that. So here you go, guys. 10 ways that you can make ChatGPT work for you. 10 hacks. I hope you have enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making this video. So make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that notification button so you don't miss my next video. All right, till next time, you guys stay blessed.